Oh my God. Yeah, this is a better fish. This is what I've been wanting for. This could be the cod. Look at that for a sunrise. Welcome back to Southeast Fishing. Today is going to be an all-round episode, mainly bass fishing. Now I've come out nice and early and there is bass all around me. Let's see if we can show you anything. The sun's literally just coming up. It's so nice out here. Right, they don't seem to be interested in my lures. I could try top water because they're on the top, but to be honest, I think they're only schoolies, and I really want to get out to this wreck before anyone else does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch right out to this wreck. It's about 2 mile out, and do some vertical jigging over that to see if I can pop anything off. There could be cod in it, so I'm hoping for a nice cod or a nice bass, decent size one today. Right, so that didn't go very well. So I was drifting this wreck and 2 other sibs come steaming out. I think, yeah, alright, no worries. Like, I don't mind sharing the wreck. It's not my wreck, do you know what I mean? So I thought, oh yeah, say hello to them. They didn't even say hello. And one of them was just right next to me, said to me, is there any mackerel here? And then just dropped his anchor right in front of me. I was like, what? I didn't say anything, I just held my tongue, but I just thought, why would you do that? Literally dropped the anchor right in front of me and just said, oh, hopefully no big ships come. Like, completely oblivious that I was drifting the wreck. He could see me doing it. So with these tiny wrecks, you want to make sure you're directly over them. Like, you can be a few feet off and that's it, you won't hit it. Right, so what I'm using today is my 12 to 42 gram Nebula with my Pen Slammer 3500 and an Axia Mighty Minnow 56 gram. I'm using the heavier version because you want to get it down to the bottom and you want to vertical jig it. If you use anything lighter, you're not going to get the line vertical. So you always get the hits right on top of the wreck pretty much. But obviously you can get it any other places, but the majority of the fish are going to be on the wreck. Yep, like this. There you go. Big bloody pouting. Jesus Christ. Look at that for a pout. Bloody hell. I've got the new Garmin 7 Vivid SV. So it's got the clear view and it's got the side view. And oh my God, it is so good. So good. I had the Garmin Striker 4 before. It's only got a tiny little screen. Now, cracking fish finder for like 120, 140 quid. And I had it for about 5 years. And then I just wanted to upgrade because that one started not turning on and stuff. And this one is unreal. The clear view like shows you the wreck like so clear. And if you have like, you can do like clear view and normal traditional view. So you can see the difference and it's crazy. Look at that. hopefully this is where I get the cod. So the only problem with lure fishing these wrecks is the fact that you do get lots of pouting and they will hit the lures. Now where there's pouting there's bigger fish, whether that be conger, bass, cod. But like I say, if the pouting hits the lure before the bass or the cod, there's not really much you can do about that. Yeah. So this is the new fish finder. So as you can see here, we have clear view, and here we have traditional. Let's see if we can see any fish come up on the screen. That is fish. Now let's see if we can get the fish. It's all good me showing it on the screen, but until I can show you that they are actually under me. See him jumping over there? Yeah. Yeah, that's in. This ain't a mackie. This is a bass. Come on, first bass. Thought it was bass schooling on the top. Now that we've found them, it's a nice one too. There you go. Look at that. That is a prime bass. Look at it, that's lovely. Proper nice one, that. I reckon about 45. Let's measure her up. Oh, 52. 53. 53. What a cracker. Lovely. Right, let's get this one back. I'm sure she's going to go back all right. Yeah, she's kicking. Off she goes. Oh, that's good. Well happy with that. First one of the day. Pouting kept smashing me, but managed to get one. 53 as well, that's decent. Right, let's try again. So as you can probably guess, my choice of lure is an Axia Mighty Minnow. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you've known that I've done really well on these. And this is the one that I'm going to be using. So this is the 28 gram. At the moment I'm using a 56 because I'm vertical jigging, so I want something a bit heavier to keep the line straight. When you don't need to keep the line straight, you can use something a little bit lighter, because what I'm going to be doing is a lot more casting. Now when you're casting, there's a bigger chance for a snag. Now people might say, no there's not. Well, there is for me. I'm telling you, there is. When I'm vertical jigging, I don't really get snagged that much. You can feel it a lot easier. When you're reeling it along, you can reel it straight into it and you're pretty much stuffed. So there we go, onto my fluoro, little quick clip, 28 gram. So I was casting against the tide, so then when I retrieve my lure will be coming back with the tide. But what I'm doing now is I'm casting with the tide and then reeling it against it, just to see if there's any difference in hookups. Yes! Well, that shows you. First cast. Doesn't feel as big as the other one. Oh my god, there's fish breaking all over the surface. Oh, steady on, little man. There's only a little one. Come on. There we go. Off he goes. There's more. There's more. Come on. We want them big ones. All I want is a double. That's all I'm asking for. Oh my god. If you could see the screen now, it's like Christmas. I need to save this spot. Bass fishing is all about finding the fish. It's completely different to any type of other fishing with like bait and stuff. Yeah, you need to find them, but you might just anchor up on like a wreck, side of a reef. The reason I love bass fishing is it's so active. You have to hunt down the fish. You have to find where they are. You can't just go to any random place and just cast a lure. Like, yeah, you might get a few bass, might get lucky, but you need to find out where they're feeding, what they're feeding on. And you can see them on the fish finder. Once you've found them on the fish finder, you want to try and keep them there. What do you reckon that is then, Pete? I reckon Mackie and bass. Oh! Oh, did you see that? Bloody hell. Yeah. Yes. Now this is a better fish. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a better fish. This is what I've been wanting for. This could be the cod. Get that rod bend. What was we saying then, yeah? Cod, right? First cod of the year. Bring it on. Yeah? Nice little codling. There you go, mate. Off he goes. Oh, do you know how happy I am? I can't actually believe it. So I'm out here on my own. I was meant to be in Cornwall, but it got cancelled last minute and I was gutted. And I really wanted my cod. I knew they were about, and it didn't disappoint. So I've had bass, cod, now we get the double. Oh, happy days. Can't believe it. Can he believe it? Sorry, right, I calmed down now. So it hit like an absolute train. Like, he must have had some energy in him, that boy, mate, because he was going some. But yeah, a little codlin, so happy with that. So we're gonna do another drift. And that was over the wreck. That wasn't over the bit of reef that I was fishing. So remember I said that I wanted to have one more go over the wreck. We're coming up to low tide, last bit, and yeah, I thought I'd give it another go. And I got hit after hit, and I missed a massive hit. So I thought, shit. And then, just as I finished the drift over it, boom! It hit it like a train. So, yeah. Happy days. I want a big one. I want its dad or granddad, mate. Right, so I've had enough of this wreck now. As he says that, fish jump out the water. But no, I've had enough of this. It's low tide now, so I'm going to have some food. I've already been out here for about 3 hours. And I'm going to find somewhere else. So when it comes to this sort of situation, see if I can sit here, you might be able to see me a bit better. When it comes to this sort of situation, you have to decide whether you're going to fish another wreck, whether you're going to fish some reef. It all depends on what the tide's like as well. Now at low water, low tide, there's not going to be any tide. It's what they call slack water. So bass, if you're after bass, they love a good tide. So if there's no tide, then it's going to be very hard for you to fish, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, where you're drifting over certain structures or reefs, stuff like that. It makes your life a lot harder because you just won't be really drifting. So in order to drift properly, you need a bit of tide. And like I say, because this is low water, there's not really any tide. Whereas earlier when I was catching the bass, I was drifting nice and fast. So that's one thing to note. Now I'm gonna have a little look on Navionics. I've got it here on my tablet, and I'm gonna find a nice bit of ground, and I'm gonna head over to there. So then hopefully by the time I get there, the tide will start picking up again. So yeah, hopefully something for the flood comes nice, and yeah. But I'll bring you back on when I get to my mark and I'll explain what I'm going to do, and we'll go from there. So hopefully you can hear me, but I was just trolling along because I can't get up the slipway yet because it's still, tide's still a bit out. So I was trolling up and down the sides of this harbour and got a lovely little schoolie on an Axia Mighty Minnow. So I've been doing a lot of trolling today, probably about an hour and a half, no, about an hour and a half, and I ain't had nothing. I was going through all those bait balls and I was getting hit, but they were probably mackerel or something like that, but no takes really, and well, no fish. And I was getting a bit pissed off of it, and I thought, yeah, I'll try it now. And yeah, after about 15-20 minutes, boom, it smashed off. It hit it so hard. I thought it was a bigger fish. When I got it to side, I was like, oh my god. But I had 2 boats coming past me and they were all watching me as well. I felt well pressure because this tide's ripping through now, so the boat's moving, drifting quite quick. But yeah, well happy. There you go. Little bass. just knackering every single time. It doesn't, they say it gets easier, but it don't. Get an alley deck, they say, get an alley deck.